Hey everyone, I'm Rashad.
And I'm Shannon. Here at City Life, we love the opportunity to invest in your family and create fun and memorable experiences for you during this season.
We know that parenting is hard. Believe me, I have too. You're constantly wondering if you're making the right decision when it comes to their education, their health, their safety, and the list goes on.
That's right. And so over the next few days, we want to provide you with simple, practical tools to help encourage you as you lead your families.
Here are our pastors, Brad and Leah, teaching us how to close the gap.
What's up, friends? My name is Brad and this is my wife Leah, and we have the privilege of leading City Life Church.
One of our passions is to help support parents. We have 4 kids and we love being parents, but it may also be the hardest thing we've ever done. It takes patience, encouragement, a good nap every now and then, and lots of prayer.
No doubt about it, family is hard. And if there's anywhere in the world where you're probably gonna feel like you should be doing a better job, it's at home. If you're like us, then you probably recognize this nagging feeling, maybe I should be doing more. Am I doing enough as a parent? Am I doing enough for my kids? Shouldn't I be doing more?
Yep, there's no such thing as perfect parents, but we can all be growing parents. And so we wanted to just share a few things with you that we've been learning. And our first piece of advice is simply this: close the gap.
There's a bowling alley right by the dentist that our family goes to. So we have a little tradition to take our kids bowling whenever we all get our teeth cleaned. It's a good way to bribe them to not embarrass us at the dentist's office.
Bowling isn't exactly my best sport. One of these days, my dream is to break 100.
You can do it.
What makes bowling so challenging? It's the distance. It's tough to hit the pins because they're so far away. If I could move those pins up about 60 feet, I think I'd get a lot more strikes. Parenting isn't that much different. Some days we feel like we're throwing gutter balls as parents because we've let too much distance grow between them and us.
It's possible to live in the same house as your kids, but get disconnected from them. At times we get a wake-up call. You know, maybe your 3-year-old starts losing her temper all the time, or your 5th grader's grades suddenly fall off a cliff, or your preteen daughter just stops talking to you, and we realize there's some distance here. I'm not sure what's going on, and so the goal is to decide I'm gonna focus on my family and get back in their world and close the gap.
Our lives are so busy and chaotic today, and as a result, we can get so wrapped up in our world that we no longer have the time or bandwidth to get into our kids' world. So think about your kids for a minute. Do you know who their friends are? Do you know who they're hanging out with at school? Do you know if they have a test coming up? Do you know what their struggles are?
Are you aware of their emotional or mental health? Are you aware of how they're using their phones or their devices? Do you know who they're texting or what they're posting on social media? Are you aware of your child's passions, talents, interests, and personality? You know, I'm constantly amazed at how different each of our 4 kids are. I wish they were all the same. Trust me, it would make my job so much easier, but they're not. They're each unique, which means I've got to work that much harder to close the gap with each of them.
So one of the most practical things you can do to close the gap is to fight for the table. Spend time eating dinner together and talking together. Something fun and simple we do as a family at dinner is a little game called Favorite Things. We go around the table and everyone answers 2 questions. What was my favorite part of the day? What was my least favorite part of the day? It's a simple way to know what's happening in our kids' lives and close the gap.
Your calling as a parent matters. No one else can be the mom or the dad of your child. And we want you to know you're doing better than you think you are. And we're praying for you and we're cheering you on.